Rio Grande do Norte is on the corner of South America and the center of the northeastern coast. The gateway to this world of constant sun and warm waters is Natal. The construction of the Fortaleza dos Reis Magos in 1598 was the beginning of Natal. Natal is a city of the world. The Dutch occupied it in the 17th century. In the last century, it welcomed the pioneer flights of the postal routes between Europe and Africa, and it served as a base for American troops on their way to the African front during World War II. The architecture, the customs, and popular culture tell the story of those and other times. After all, this is the land of Luiz da Câmara Cascudo, the eyes, ears, and voice of all that is Brazilian. The city is a rich canvas of northeastern art, celebrated every year at events such as the Alto de Natal, a great spectacle in the open air. But Natal hasn't stopped in time. The city of clean, wide, well-cared-for green streets also shows off the cosmopolitan profile of the tourist center, seducing visitors from all over Brazil and the world. Natal already receives 11 international charter flights per week. Here, they find the heat of the sun and warmth of the people. Potiguar hospitality is traditional and recognized by all, Brazilians or foreigners, as one of the attractions of the city. The excellent service structure includes a high-quality hotel network, one of the largest in the country. The hotels and inns are spread out among the beaches, mainly along Via Costeira and in Ponta Negra, some of the most beautiful places in Natal. Actually, Ponta Negra Beach is the synthesis of Natal. At the foot of the Morro do Careca, fishing boats and fishermen's nets live harmoniously with surfers, sunbathers, and tourists of all accents. Rio Grande do Norte has 400 kilometers of coast, cut by dozens of beaches to the north and south of Natal. They develop into spectacular scenarios, with sensation and emotion, altering adventures and discoveries. The star of the northern coast is Genipabu, with dunes up to 15 meters high, where the vertiginous and breathtaking emotions of Rio Grande do Norte are. The nature of the region inspired the natives to create extraordinary rides and sports for all ages. You can travel by buggy through the dunes that remake themselves at the whim of the wind, or experiment the pleasure of floating in a para-buggy. Enjoy the sensation of being an Arabian sheik on a camel caravan crossing the white sands of the desert. Dive into the deliciousness of esquibunda and aerobunda, radical sports with a playful, childlike flavor. Fly over the beaches on an ultralight plane, or discover new coastal angles on the boat rides available at various beaches. To relax, it is worthwhile to know the parachos of Maracajau. They are pools of shallow water formed in the coral reefs, 7 kilometers from the beach at low tide. The dive in clear water reveals small caves and fish of every color. On the southern coast, new discoveries await the visitor. In Pirangi, you won't want to miss seeing the largest cashew tree in the world. With its 10 square kilometers of crown that is registered in the Guinness Book of World Records. But the most famous beach on the southern coast is Pipa, with its cliffs and contrasts 70 kilometers from Natal. Breathtaking beaches like Amor make Pipa one of the new icons of Brazilian tourism that has received attention in specialized magazines. Pipa, the second tourist point in Rio Grande do Norte, houses an ecological sanctuary, a large conservation area of native Atlantic growth, with trails that invite adventure and with groups of dolphins that like to show off for the curious. The old fishing village is now cosmopolitan, with visitors and residents from various parts of the world. Restaurants that unite creativity and quality give extra charm to the beach, making Pipa a center of gastronomy. Rio Grande do Norte is more than an exhilarating coast. In the interior of the state, there is a lot to see, do, and enjoy. The economic and cultural diversity holds many surprises. The greatest is to discover the beauty of the sertões. They surpass the clichés. They are much more than hot, arid phantoms of drought. Diverse off-road routes take visitors to cities with cool, receptive climates. Ridges that are ideal for the practice of paragliding. Prehistoric drawings, mountains of salt, and multicolored plantations. The Mossoró region and the beaches of Costa Branca reveal the force of the new Potiguar economy and give visitors a view of a Northeast that is rich in petroleum, marine salt, and tropical fruits. The city stands out as a cultural capital of the semi-arid Northeast, with events that attract thousands of people every year. Among them are the Mossoró Cidade Junina, an entire month of festivities, and the Auto da Liberdade that celebrates the liberty of the people of Mossoró, pioneers in the abolition of slavery and the right of women to vote. In Apodi, the Lajedo de Soledade is one of the most important archaeological sites in the country, with inscriptions that go back 10,000 years, portraying animals and daily life. The geological characteristics here indicate that the sertão was once covered by the sea. The archaeological sites are also spread through various cities of the Seridó. They witness the great adventure of man to dominate nature and become the owner of the land. In Acari, the Gargalheiras Dam reflects huge boulders and the tranquil life that reigns in the Potiguar sertões. In the Serrana region, the agreeable climate and the good hotel structure is a luxury in the desert. In Martins and Porto Alegre, at an altitude of almost 700 meters, the temperatures vary from 16 degrees to 20 degrees Celsius. Ridges and rocky formations complete the enchantment of the region. In Patu, the Serra do Lima offers excellent conditions for the practice of radical sports such as paragliding. The sanctuary of Nossa Senhora dos Impossíveis portrays, in the pilgrimages of the faithful, the religiosity of the people. The Potiguar cuisine has the taste of the coast in the fish and seafood, and the accent of the sertão in delicacies like arroz de leite, carne de sol, paçoca, manioc, and the cheeses. In any restaurant, from the simplest to the most sophisticated, it is possible to enjoy these dishes. The desserts, tropical fruits, liqueurs, and homemade sweets are very tempting. Rio Grande do Norte is a party from January to December. Religious and pagan festivals are held without conflict in the capital and in various cities in the interior. From the Santos Reis festival in January to Natal that gathers 1 million people, Potiguars and visitors always have a place to sing and dance. This mixture of sun, dunes, sea, joy, history, hospitable people, great gastronomy, and strong popular culture make Natal and Rio Grande do Norte the best port of entry to Brazil.